Buongiorno a tutti, and welcome to another episode of Colosimo's Kitchen. In today's episode, we're making a traditional favorite, gnocchi. Gnocchi are homemade pasta made with potatoes. And for this recipe, we will need boiled and softened potatoes, usually calculate a potato a person. And then flour, touch of salt, 1 egg if you choose. You don't have to use the egg, it depends on the consistency of your pasta mixture. And then separately I'll be making fresh tomato sauce, and we can get started. What I'm going to do is peel the boiled softened potatoes and then put them in a bowl. Okay, quick thing I should mention is I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes. I think the potatoes will vary in taste if you use the russet or Idaho baking potatoes, but I think for taste purposes I would use the Yukon Gold. You can also use sweet potatoes. That's another option as well. Okay guys, so I just peeled the boiling hot potatoes, and as you can see they're really nice and soft. They should be buttery soft and not al dente. You really want these to be soft. Some people don't use a potato ricer. I think I'm going to give it a try. This is going to mash the potatoes really nice and soft and really mash them well. So this is what I'll use. We'll give that a try. You see? Mashes them even better than by hand. So we'll just keep doing that. Great, so I've just finished ricing and mashing the potatoes. You know, they came out wonderful. They're so buttery soft. I'm not even sure if I want to add the egg, but I am adding some salt to the mixture. And now I'm going to add the flour. There's no set amount on the flour. You just have to eyeball it. Kind of like what they did in the old country. So we're just going to add the flour. And start kneading away. Kneading the dough. Okay guys, I'm rolling out the dough to make the gnocchi pieces. And as you can see guys, the texture was so soft and so buttery, I didn't even use the egg. You don't need to use the egg if you soften the potatoes. I boiled them for, I'd say, close to an hour. So they came out nice and soft. And then the next step is we're going to cut the pasta, the rolled pasta, into small pieces. And if my mother-in-law were here, she'd say, no, you have to go smaller. But I want to, for the sake of time, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. And then we roll them on this, I don't know what you'd call it, I guess it's a gnocchi roller. And I purchased this in Italy, and it makes a cute little gnocchi design. But if you don't have a gnocchi roller, what you can easily use is a fork and still make a similar design with a fork. It's not as easy, but I do like the gnocchi roller. It's a lot quicker. Okay guys, now they're all rolled out, and what we will do is let them rest for probably about an hour. And then after an hour we will set them to boil, and we'll go from there. As you can see, I had lots of leftover dough from the gnocchi. This is the potato mixture with the flour and the salt, and I decided to utilize it instead of saving it. You can always make them and freeze them, but I decided to keep things fresh. I'm going to make what are called braciola di patato, which is a potato braciola, and I'm just basically rolling these in breadcrumbs, and then I'm going to deep fry them. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to make my fresh tomato sauce, and I am using my Vidalia Chop Wizard, thanks to my friend Arlene. Props to Arlene. We're gonna chop up the tomatoes, and it's just as easy as that. This is the greatest invention I have ever seen. I love it so much. And basically just gonna chop up the tomatoes and then stick them in a frying pan, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we just added the olive oil to the pan. We're going to let this heat up, add a clove of garlic, and then we're going to throw in the chopped tomatoes to make our own special fresh tomato sauce, salsetta, whatever you want to call it. It'll really taste nice when we add the gnocchi to it. We have the water there to boil, salted water, and we'll be adding the gnocchi shortly once the fresh salsetta is done. Adding my salt, pepper to taste, and we will let this simmer on down to a sauce. Okay. Just finished grating some fresh Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. That's what you want to use for your topping. Okay, time to add the gnocchi to the boiling water. Okay. Actually, I'll just use my hands. Probably easier this way. I'll just put them in until they float to the top. Another thing I'm going to add is a little bit of olive oil so that they don't stick when they float to the top. Three to 5 minutes, we allow them to float to the top, and then we can take them out. There we go. I just took the gnocchi right out of the water and then the boiling water. Then we put the sauce on top. We're going to sprinkle them with cheese. Add a touch of basil if you'd like. And voila. Gnocchi tradizionale al patato. Compliments of Colosimo's Kitchen. Thank you everyone so much for joining me today. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I know I'll enjoy it in a few minutes. Buon appetito a tutti. Buongiorno. Grazie. See you next time on Colosimo's Kitchen. Hot potato, cold spaghetti, whoa, these are hot.